So if we get to know God's heart and we learn what tends to work well in worship sets, and if we are observing what works best in our own church context, our own church culture, we can make great set lists every time, right? By putting that wisdom together. So I encourage you, when you sit down to plan, ask the Holy Spirit to guide you. It doesn't have to feel overly spiritual. He will guide and direct you in ways that feel very natural, very normal. And I actually had a really cool thing happen a few years ago when I was leading worship on a Sunday morning. The rehearsal had happened on the Thursday night. Everything was ready to go for the Sunday. And then on Saturday night, I felt like we were supposed to do the song Cornerstone. It wasn't on the list. It wasn't a song that I particularly loved. It wasn't a moment of God saying, do this song for this reason. I felt like we were supposed to do it. So I emailed the band. We decided to do it instead of one of the other songs. And even in worship, it didn't feel like, whoa, that was such a powerful moment in worship. It felt completely normal, maybe even a bit mundane, okay? So I thought nothing of it, honestly. And then a couple days later, the church got an email from a woman saying that she had been ready to give up completely on God. She had told God, I'm giving up on you unless you give me a sign. I'm going to go to church for the last time tomorrow, and if they do the song Cornerstone, I won't walk away from you. And as you know, we did that song on Sunday, and she said in her email, when she emailed the church, she said, I was walking by the stage on my way out of church, and I saw the song list printed, and there was a song scratched off the list, and Cornerstone was written in its place. And that spoke to her even more because she knew that it had been changed for her. And so from a worship leader perspective, that change that I made didn't feel super spiritual for me, but it ended up changing somebody's life, right? So the Holy Spirit speaking often feels very normal. So I encourage you guys to just have your antenna up all the time, be listening, be ready to make changes. And the thing is, I'm lucky that I got to hear that story. Chantel's saying that's an awesome story. I know. I'm lucky that I got to hear that story. We don't always hear the stories of how people are impacted. We just have to trust that God is always working. He's always moving. He's always doing things in people's hearts, even when it seems like nothing's happening.